Hello everybody and welcome to a detailed tour of the interior of this Rival 34 to give you an idea of what there is, where it's located and if she might be a space for you. So as you can see, we're looking aft towards the companionway. I'm standing in the middle of the saloon and you can see it is a really nice easy companionway to get down through. So we've got handles either side, which is lovely, great for getting in and out, and then we're down to this step here, a couple more steps down and we're in. Now this is the engine cover, so it's very nice and easy to undo, and we just take the lid off here. We can see into the engine, so that's great for watch keeping at sea. We can get in there and have a quick look without actually dismantling the companionway. However, if we want to get to the engine, we then just undo two bolts and this whole thing comes away. Very nice and easy, as you'll see in the accompanying video. A little shelf above there, just to keep your bits and pieces in, and also the engine start-stop to the starboard side of that. Very, very nice and easy, and a really relatively new Beta Marine engine in there as well. So this boat really is in the here and now, as you'll see as we go around. And here's another couple of features that show that. So we've got a solar controller here. We've got our new electrics panel there as well, with spare ways, etc, etc. So all new bits and pieces, also including this diesel tank here, because the actual tank is under the cockpit sole, hard to get at, so it was relocated here in the pilot berth area, which is I like, because it means that you can get to it, you can see what's in it, you can clean it easily, etc, etc. The owner thinks there may be the possibility to lower it down underneath where the berth would have been, so you can reinstate the berth if you want. We have got a Perspex washboard there. We've also got wooden washboards as well for the companionway, and if we've got the Perspex one in and we want a bit of privacy or less light coming through, we've got a nice curtain there as well, which is tailor-made for the job. Absolutely lovely. Coming down to the starboard side then, just as you come down the companionway, you've got, in a very sensible position, you've got quite a relatively straightforward nav setup. We've got a seat here, we've got the shore supply, sorry, the battery switch here. Nice decent sized chart table with storage beneath and some storage on the outboard side there. We've got a fairly aging GPS navigator there, but it does the job you want it to do by chart. It will tell you where you are, so you can plot your position, which is great. And we've got a really modern B&G AIS VHF there too. Just looking up, you can see we've got lots of windows, so it does feel light and airy down here. All the windows have curtains as well. The hatch up here has a blind on it as well, so somebody's been thinking about it. And also the designers have been thinking about this boat as well, because there are handrails going all the way along the port and starboard sides there. So whichever way you're beating into the wind, etc., then you'll have something to grab hold of and pull yourself forwards. Very nice. Looking further forwards, we've got a nice long berth there with, you can see that lots of storage underneath there. We've got a lee cloth under port and starboard berths as well, so somewhere for people to sleep, very handy, and also nice and wide as well, so I think you'd probably be quite comfortable in there. We have storage behind, we have a cupboard above as well, and we've got the shelf on the outboard side there too, which is fiddled as well. Let's have a quick look in here for you. There we go. Oh, nice big drinks cabinet in there. Very fancy. So yeah, plenty of room down here, backed off by a really lovely sized saloon table that folds, well, one leaf folds down, and inside, this is probably the biggest saloon inside of table I've ever seen, actually. That's really nice. Loads of room in there for your bottles of wine, G&T, etc, etc. And while we're looking down, let's look at the floor. Very pleasant. I think you know, you might want to break it up with a rug or two, what have you, but actually as it is, it's pleasant, it feels nice and solid, and we've got plenty of accesses down here too to get to the bilge itself. Obviously we don't need to get to the keel bolts because there aren't any, because she's long keeled. So really nice. Now moving forward, we go through to what is the heads compartment, really. We've got a nice big hanging locker here. If I can get my finger into it one-handed, I can. There we go. Lovely, great big locker there. And you can see everywhere we've got these thoughtful little touches. So we've got a window behind here with a curtain, I believe. And there's also a shelf, but also this netting will keep stuff up there, which is really rather nice, actually. And all these little handy things come in and help to make the boat a better place. So now we're into the heads compartment, which when we're in, basically, before we get to the heads compartment, we've got access to the forward cabin there. We open this door like that, which closes off the forward cabin, and then we close this door here, which encloses us and gives us a full athwartships distance head. So you can see we've got a manual head in here, which is great. We've got a shelf outboard, we've got storage outboard, we've got a a tank here, which is for the heater on the other side of the bulkhead, which we'll see shortly. And this sink, with if you just pull this out, then this sink just pull out and give us a sink over the toilet. So there's a compromise there, but not too much of a compromise, I don't think. So let's open this door back up and close the head off. I should mention that we've got good headroom down here, by the way. I'm 5'9", and I'm probably about 1.5 inches from the head lining. So I'll just clip that back. There we go. So this is a forward cabin. Nice long berths, reasonably wide as well. I don't think we have the provision to put a notch in here and call it a full double, but does look like they're nice and comfortable. We've got netting everywhere, we've got cupboards, we've got windows with curtains, lovely big hatch above us for more light and air. There we go. How nice is that? And then just forwards there, we've actually got a sail locker. Now this boat does come with a good suite of sails, and there's a spare tiller up there. There are all sorts of bits and pieces, and if you just look down again, we can see that we've got more storage. This boat is not short of storage in any way or form. Very, very nice indeed. So there's a view aft from the forward cabin. So let's walk aft, and we'll go to the port side this time with the saloon, which you can see very similar to the starboard side, if not the same. We've got the heater here, which I mentioned, and we've got the fuel tank on the other side of the bulkhead here in the heads. That does work apparently, which is great. Another sleeping berth, more cupboards, another shelf. You can see there we've got the tiller pilot, which is always lovely to have on a tiller boat because it means you've got another person steering, and another cupboard outboard there. This light does give over a little a USB feed here, which goes all the way through the boat and comes out up here, which means on the other side of that bulkhead there is a bracket for an iPad with Navionics, etc., whichever you may use. So that's a really nice feature there, put in by her current owner. And that finally leaves us down at the galley. Now, as you can see, relatively conventional setup, but it is actually quite nice because you've got lots of headroom above. We've got working space here, here and here. We have a sink nestled under the cover here. I won't lift it out because I won't be able to get it back in again. We've got a nice big fridge compartment behind there. Look at that, how deep is that? And then around the periphery of the galley we've got more cupboards, sliding doors, cupboards, etc., etc., and a gimbaled cooker with, if I just lift this up, with 3 burners. Fairly unusual for boats of this size, but really, really nice to have. And as the galley and the navigation station are both by the companionway, really, really handy for shouting those new coordinates up to the helm, or just passing up cups of tea from the galley. So this has been Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers, just taking you for a quick tour around the interior of this very, very nice looking Rival 34. If you'd like any more information on her, just give us a shout at boatshed.com or boatshedbrighton.com, where you'll find lots more pictures, videos and virtual reality. Thanks for watching. Have a great time.